Welcome to the Twin Cities here in Minnesota for the UFA Game of the Week between the Minnesota Wind Chill and the Chicago Union. Both these two teams projected to be in the elite teams in the league. Wind Chill already got that first win on the year. The Union still yet to play a game, and that's really the intrigue here. They haven't played the game yet. They have loaded up on offense. Minnesota loaded up on defense. If you're an Ultimate fan, this is the game you circle on your calendar here in the Central Division. Hello, everybody. I'm Ben Fryer. Alongside me, Nick.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm so happy to be back for another season with Minnesota Wind Chill Ultimate, and this is an absolute banger of a matchup that you guys are going to be glad that you tuned into today. This matchup has already been touted as maybe the preview of the Central Division Championship in a handful of weeks from now, but there's a lot of Frisbee to be played not only today, but in the weeks ahead.
Sport.
I always love to see some good sportsmanship.
You do, as Rutledge and Goldenberg working a little magic in the backfield there. DeMarie's got it, looking for his first assist. Barely gets out of the double team, and Goldenberg finds Giannis for the first break of the game, and Chicago goes up 2-0 after 7 minutes played. Payne with the quick forehand to Wettengale.
Still looking, still hunting. And this is where Chicago's just been eating, though. And now on the doorstep, need one more, and they'll find it?
They will. Ruben Miller gets the disc into Sjogren.
Couple of costly mistakes for Minnesota.
And Bergmeyer on the O-line as well. Gets the disc up.
They'll send it deep. There's Bivon making a run for it. Could be the first point, and his outstretched hands just can't hold on.
You have to say, Chicago's made the grabs. Minnesota has not. But there's a great play in the defensive end zone for Krennic. Yeah, it is. And Vandy Mortel, ooh, that looked like a lot of contact. But no foul called there. Something must have happened. We're not quite sure. Chicago with the disc on the goal line. Quick scoober over the top for Rivas. Minnesota's offense has a chance to get back in this game as Salvo Fernandez turns down an open cutter. Might have seen the Chicago defender as Plain gets it back to Salvo Fernandez as there's 8 seconds left in the quarter. And the Wind Chill get their first goal. It's Raider with 5 seconds left on the clock.
I mean, Minnesota has been practicing.
And Wettengale in the backfield more than I expected. He was a very difficult cutter to beat as Draymond looks up for Price, who had the disc in his hands. Vanoka, he's asking Vanoka for the integrity rule about, and a hand block immediately.
That's the classic disc don't lie if you're a Chicago Union fan right there and you believe that Bivon was in. There's a lot of pushing and jostling.
And another hospital pass finds Draymond. Plain almost with a D there. Unable to get it. Uses the win to the advantage for Payne.
Do they give it to him?
And he makes the grab.
Just barely in yet again, but the Union are able to find and make use of this larger field. Just perfectly able to.
Their defense was on the field for a long time. Honestly, the first time I've seen Burnett have a chance to make a play as.
There's another foot in. It's only one, but that's the only one you need. It's number 3, Dylan Nice.
Minnesota's defense a little slow to get there.
Let's go, team.
As you can see on the backfield, Burnett. Ooh, that probably should be. There's a lot of contact there.
It was a lot of contact, but he had already dropped it by the time Kraufel has gotten there. As
maybe a lucky break for Minnesota as a tall pass goes over to Noah Hansen. He's going to quickly find Burnett. That's 2 fast scores for Minnesota, a much-needed break as they will make this game a little bit closer.
Yeah, it looks like Scoober over the top from the cutter back to Gordon Larson. Interesting play, certainly. But the disc goes back to Klein as he goes cross field for Raider, who makes the grab, and the Wind Chill get back-to-back breaks to get within 3.
Those are some 2 excellent plays. One from Snyder, somehow, someway, miraculously coming back down. And practice that the Winchell have been really trying to work at. 35 seconds to make it nearly 80 yards.
And I believe they're going to try and...
Oh, no.
And a terrible throw there.
It's the worst of all worlds for the Union, a miscommunication, and it is the easiest break opportunity possible. Yeah, I mean...
As Burnett gets the disc.
Finds Pollard.
Burnett to Pollard. I love seeing that. Goes up to Bergmeyer, who finds DeClerc. There's 10 seconds left. A floater.
Did he pull it down? I think he did. That's a score with 5 seconds left. Again, absolutely incredible.
5 seconds left in the first quarter, 5 seconds left here in the second quarter. That was a very risky play that
I can't believe that
could have seen some damage, but Bergmeyer makes the grab to keep it respectful. Gets it back to Payne. Those two worked wonders in the first half as DeClerc gets the block.
That's 146. He is now tied all-time for Minnesota blocks.
And this gives a chance for...
I got to say, even from all the way up here, you could see the look in his eyes. He knew that disc had his fingers on it, even before it was thrown.
Yeah, he was even facing away from us as Pollard goes up. And Payne goes up over Vanotka to immediately halt the chance for a double break as a foul called on. There's been a lot of throws, burning a lot of clock. We're already halfway through this third quarter. It has felt very fast, and it has traveled very fast as Giannis across the field to Payne, looking for the score, and they've got it. Price has it, and he's talking to the defender there.
Raider, one of our hybrid offensive players,
and
looking.
A look at the breaks. Chicago's been effective, 7 for 11. Minnesota only 3 for 8 possessions, and nice grabs to save their possession as a chance there for Lacey on Kaminsky. Good fake. Disc into Shanahan, goes for a kick block as DeClerc is falling over as Rutledge scores and gets the break for Chicago.
12-7. This is not the game that Minnesota hoped to be putting on for their...
Gusting right under 20 miles an hour, although the wind now down to about 12-13, and another great grab by the Union, and it's just the same story.
Yep, over and over. This time it's Jesse Johnson getting his goal in, and the Union will stretch this. And has kind of been out, and yeah, Minnesota under a 90% completion rate. That is going to be one of the lowest. As disc flying over a handful. There was a second chance opportunity, but nobody there to pick up the errant disc. Oh, but
and
this time,
missed throw there for Chicago.
That might be one of their first around passes that didn't quite hit the mark.
As Lacey with the disc now goes up for Burnett, and he's got the goal.
That's a good one. It certainly helps, but as Ben Feldman on the sideline, not happy about that outcome. And finally, though, Chicago breaks through, but an instant hand block!
A hand block by Vandy Martel. And the Winchell are still alive. Vanotka
sends
looking
it
up for Kraufel, hangs in the air. Weiss is there, but it doesn't matter. Kraufel's got it, and Minnesota gets the break in the handler set as
double teamed.
A double team and a block by Hanscom.
Pollard sends this one deep. He's got two down there.
Burnett's there. It might reach the end zone. It does not. It's short. But Hanscom's got his goal again, and it's a 3-goal game with 3.5 minutes to go.
The fans are on their feet right now, and a little bit of magic is at Seafoam Stadium.
Score in 20 seconds to average, that minute or so per point. As Rutledge gets it into DeMarie, who goes for the scoober, and Draymond's got the disc there.
Yeah, finds it. That was pretty well done. DeMarie had a just excellent head fake to get some space, find that opening, and just...
Vandy Martel finds the soft spot. Gets it back to Vanotka. Bad pass, a poach there by Xavier Payne, and that's been the story of the game as Payne finds Price. And you can hear the boos from the crowd. It's been a little bit more antic heavy this second half after he's been scoring. So that probably is what elicited the reaction. Still a good amount of fans here in the crowd as the Union go up by 6 with 40 seconds left in this game. Not quite the game Minnesota was hoping for to start the season as Klain uncorks one for Snyder, and he makes the grab on Dastrup. Great play there. Klain to Snyder. That's what Winchell fans have been used to seeing in years past. Snyder's been only a couple more throws left. And close to a Callahan there as Minnesota is really going for it, and Chicago will take this one 16-11. Minnesota could not muster up anything in the first quarter and a half on offense. They looked slow and sloppy. Certainly not the team that looked like they hadn't played a game this year. Whereas Chicago was the team that hadn't played a game yet this year. And those new additions for Chicago really helped that offense out.